Hello and welcome to the Golden Hour. I am Golden Duffy, your host, and I had to get rid of the music in the beginning because YouTube is telling me that I stole it, which I did not. I actually paid for it, but we're not gonna worry about that. We're just gonna keep moving forward, and we're gonna talk today about misalignment and how to realign yourself to your manifestations. So when it comes to manifesting, anytime you feel like something hasn't manifested for you, or you've been working on something for many, many years, it's not necessarily because it takes time. It takes 10 years for this thing to manifest. It's a misalignment. There's a misalignment either in the way you're thinking and believing about this certain thing, or there's a misalignment in your everyday situation, how your frequency, what frequency you're dialed into. I would love to share my new group, the Golden Circle community group. In the show notes, I will put the sign up link for that. It's only $39 a month. It's the lowest that I've ever done for a teaching community. And it's really cool because it houses all of my stuff. So it's my affirmations, it's my guided meditations. I'm consistently putting and updating things within it. The community is really beautiful and really strong. And the feedback so far, only a week in, has been pretty phenomenal. And I have to say, a lot of what happens is you start to see when your frequency is dialed in a high vibrational way, you get to see all of the abundance and all of the truth and all of the goodness in your life versus the lack. So if you're always in a frequency of lack, like you're always, trying really hard to create business or income, or you're trying really hard to get friends, or you're desperate in a relationship, all of those lack frequencies actually keep things away from you. So this is how to draw things back into you, by dialing up your frequency every day. If you are just leaving yourself to default, like you're just waking up and you're letting these random thoughts come, and you're not meditating, and you don't have a gratitude practice, and you don't have an affirmation practice. I've never really been one about affirmations, because in order for affirmations to work, you actually need to feel them and you need to envision them. But what I am about is listening to things that are going to dial up your frequency. And I do that every single morning, or if I need a tune up during the day. I, hit my YouTube. I'm really super into Neville Goddard right now. He's just kind of speaking my language right now, and being really deeply spiritual with manifestation. He kind of brings it more into the spiritual realm, and allows, the idea of manifesting to be more spiritual than it is scientific, which I think is where I'm at. You may not be there. You may just be there for the science. And that was definitely my situation in the beginning. But recently I am really dialing into my spiritual center in, providing more guided meditations. I just have a really clear channel right now. And that channel is allowing me to do different things, which the Golden Circle community is definitely part of that. We come together once a month for a teaching. The teachings are housed in there, so you can watch them whenever you want. And then I load it with other things like guided meditations. Somebody just asked me for some weight training, so I'm going to put my weight training workout in there. There's writing prompts every month, so journaling prompts that will actually help you to clarify and write down, because writing is the strongest form of focus. Write down what you're looking to create. I think a lot of life ends up being extremely random if we are not of definite purpose, right? Napoleon Hill wrote in Think and Grow Rich, definiteness of purpose, which means we are creating on purpose. We are not just allowing circumstances or situations to dictate how we feel, or to dictate how we decide our future is going to be. We actually take the reins and we position ourselves to be able to steer this train, bus, whatever we're driving, so that we can start creating a life that we really love, a life that really feels epic. And my husband and I have been practicing a major amount of this in the last 6 months, and the difference and the things that we're starting to see come to fruition, it feels really gratifying. It feels really good, because it's like, this stuff really works. So now I get that passion and that excitement and that drive to teach. So August 5th, 2026, I'm going to be doing a live event, which will be Golden Circle like, but live in Dana Point, California at the Fairy Garden bookstore. I'm really excited about this. The owner, Jessica, is absolutely amazing. Her shop is filled with local artists, jewelry, birdhouses or fairy houses, artwork. I mean, she's just got a ton of things in there, journals and books and just things to promote and help your spiritual journey, help you to be in energetic alignment with what you're looking to create. So I'm really excited. She has a beautiful space to do some guided meditation and manifestation work. That is $33, and I'll have the sign up link for that as well. You can message me at, you can send me an email, livelifegolden@gmail.com, and we can dial you into the live event if you are local. Super duper excited for that. So that's what's calling through me. That's what's coming through, is being present, being aware, being out there, sharing these messages that really make a difference. So what is misalignment? Basically what misalignment is, oftentimes it's just a little tiny shift in your vibration. So, we kind of get in, because we're creatures of habit and we have 60,000 thoughts a day. We get into these ruts with our thinking, right? So the thinking usually has to do with the past, the to-do list, the worries about the future. When we tune ourselves into like the same exact frequency every day, we don't allow for possibility and we don't allow for potentiality. And that is a great disservice, because we have the ability, we have the potential to create something new in every single moment by the way we're thinking. So a really great example of this, and I loved this so much. I have a friend who is actually in the Golden Circle community, who had talked about wanting to build a tribe, and how, she had felt like she wanted some friendships. And I know this because I've been working with her for a really long time, that she just realized through doing this frequency tuning every day that she had already done that with a group of women that were part of her family that she was meeting for coffee. Now, she didn't see that before. She didn't even understand that she was still in that frequency of lack. So once we helped her to raise her vibration, right? She did it with my information. Dialing up her frequency made her realize, oh, I've already created this and this is amazing. And now she doesn't feel that misery and lack. So now who knows what's going to happen, right? Like more and more of that is going to happen. So when you get out of lack with things and you start noticing the abundance and you start noticing the shift in the energy field, that's when you really start to increase your vibration and you start to really live from a higher state of awareness, higher state of consciousness. I shared this today, a reel, because I was thinking about this on my walk recently. So one of the things in the Golden Circle that I recommend is nature every single day, to get out in nature every single day. First thing in the morning is the best time. It actually helps your circadian rhythm to expose yourself to sunlight in the morning. It also helps your eyes. I mean, it does so many things for you. It fills your body with vitamin D. But what I realized was 2 mornings in a row, one morning I had a rabbit jump in front of me, and the next morning I had a roadrunner jump out in front of me. And I realized when these things ran out in front of me that I was looking down and I was in my monkey brain, right? Like my monkey thoughts about the day and my to-do list and the whole thing. When I looked up, I became fully present. I became fully present to these animals. And that was so empowering. That was so cool, because that was so empowering and so cool, because I realized that nature was calling me back to presence. And then I started to look up. Instead of looking down, I started to look up. When you look up at the sky, something happens. And I realized today, I got a download today, that when you look up, it's the same thing that you do in meditation. When you go into the alpha state, your eyes, your pupils go up. When they go up, it's like you're looking at your higher state of consciousness, and that activates it even further, which allows you to go deeper into meditation. When you do that in real life and you look up, you actually activate a lot more. You get to see the beauty of the sky. You get to be more present. You get to make eye contact with people. You get to be out of your head and into your life, because that monkey mind will just keep you on this roller coaster of a never ending to-do list. So when you become fully present and you're present to nature and you're not just randomly thinking about all these things that are just popping into your head, you become super powerful. This is also the alpha state is the zero state awareness in quantum physics, which is where everything is created from. So if you can do that more often during your day, you're going to be more powerful, and you're going to start creating from your power of the present, not dragging the past with you, not worrying about the future, but being in this moment right here. It is so freeing. And that is one of the gifts of meditation. When you quiet your mind, you become present. When you become present, you reach bliss. You find states of bliss. You find states of peace. And if you judge your meditation practice, if you judge that quieting the mind practice, and you feel like, oh, I'm bored, or I can't wait until this is over, you are not allowing that higher state of consciousness to be connected to, because you're still allowing the monkey mind to tell you what to focus on, to tell you what to think about. So it's absolutely really astounding. So if you were to take your desires, those things that you're working on, those things that you are looking to manifest, and you were to write them down, and you were to write down in another column how you feel about them right now, you will see the misalignment. You will see it, because it'll be obvious to you what you say about it, what you think about it, the vision that you have for the future about it. If you are wishing, if you are hoping, and if you are feeling slightly miserable because you're in the lack of it, that's the problem. That's the misalignment. So you've got to work on clearing the field. And we clear the field through energy release work. We clear the field through meditation. We clear the field through visualization. We clear the field by journaling and doing writing exercises that help us clarify, but also writing down what we want, what we decide for ourselves, and we write it down and we read it out loud. I actually have a friend right now who's working on a project, and it's really cool. Where you ask yourself questions every day, and the questions that you ask are aligned with what you're looking to create. So it's like, why am I so incredibly successful today? Why am I creating $12,000 a month in residual income? Why am I attracting so many people without even trying to sell what I'm doing? When you ask those questions, what you do is you tune into universal intelligence, divine intelligence, to receive those answers. Now, if you ask those questions and you immediately think, because I'm a loser, right? Or that's not true, right? That's the problem with affirmations. If affirmations make you feel worse or make you doubt, right? Like create a frequency of doubt, then let go of the affirmations. They are not working for you, and they're going to put you in the opposite of what you're wanting. If you are listening to affirmations and saying affirmations, and you are feeling them, and you are feeling an energetic connection, you are feeling some really good flow inside of your body, some really good energy inside of your body, and it's getting you charged up, then keep with it, because it's powerful and it's working, and you are doing it exactly the way it was intended to be used. So affirmations, guided meditations, gratitude. Gratitude is the jet fuel for all your manifestations. And I know I have shared this like so many times, it's probably getting nauseating. But the fact of the matter is, the more we can be grateful for situations in our life, for experiences in our life, for the good in our life, right? The more we can tune into gratitude, the more we put ourselves in that higher state of radio frequency where all the good stuff is. And gratitude actually makes you feel lighter. It makes you feel lighthearted. It helps you to not focus on what's not going right, and helps you to focus on what is right now. By focusing on what is right now, you tune into what could become better. it's like magic. Rhonda Burns has a book out. I think it's called The Magic. I don't have it here. My daughter gave us this book, and if you've listened to my podcast for a while, you've probably heard about this, but she, honestly, I swear, this girl, when she does these gratitude things, the most amazing things happen to her. And the last time she did it, that's when she actually manifested her now husband, who is one of the most amazing humans on the earth. And I absolutely adore him, and I adore their relationship, and I adore everything that they're doing together. But that was kind of how she did it. So doing this and tuning into gratitude every single day, once, twice, as many times as you possibly can, and really feeling grateful, transforms the world that you live in. It transforms everything that you are around. So tune into gratitude, and you will tune into the flow and energy of divine connection as well. All right. So we talked about movement of your body, the physical body. You want to move your physical body every day. And it's not just for your muscles. It's not just for your heart. It's not for anything other than the fact that when you walk, when you move forward, when you lift weights, when you do something for your physical body, you're basically saying, I love you. You're saying, I love you to yourself. And when you say, I love you to yourself, and I respect you, and I want you to be as strong and vital and amazing as you can possibly be, you attract more reasons to be that way, and you will literally change your outward appearance so that when you look in the mirror, you're going to be like, I look good. I look good. I feel good. I look good. And that has to do with eating really high vibrational foods as well. We've been doing a lot of podcast listening, and we've been actually listening to Stephen Bartlett. He's the Diary of a CEO. We listened to his dopamine episode, which was absolutely mind-boggling, about why we get addicted to things. It was so amazing. I really feel like education and educating ourselves about how our brains work really is the best way for us to become more conscious. And then we listened to another episode that was about the gut microbiome. And I've been learning a lot about how fiber is the thing that really helps our gut microbiome to be fed well and to be healthy, and how most of our diseases and things are because our gut microbiome is off and it's suffering because it doesn't have the right bacteria to feed on. So I have actually been doing a smoothie every morning. I make a bunch of it, and then I have a couple of days in the refrigerator, and I have a really high powered blender, and I do apples, cucumbers, kale, avocado, and a little squirt of a lemon. That's it. It's chunky. It's a lot to get down, and celery was the other thing. But let me tell you, like, my gut microbiome feels like it's healing. After having my appendix out, I was starting to feel like, okay, I know that my appendix is part of my immune system, so I've got to work on getting my gut microbiome back up and healthy. And now I really feel like it's working, and I feel good. I feel vital, and I feel alive, and I'm putting these live foods in my body, which is helping me to connect spiritually. If you're eating a bunch of processed food, it does not actually help your spiritual connection, because your body is overworking to process those things and break them down. And it also activates a lot of the addiction part of your brain and a lot of the part of your body that's like spiking insulin. So you can't really be in a state of homeostasis, as they call it, which is like being super vital, having great energy. So that's a huge part of being in alignment with your health. And when you're in alignment with your health, physically, spiritually, mentally, your life is going to work differently. It's going to be different because you're not subject to all these addictions and to these feelings of powerlessness against things. That's what addiction is. That I had always heard, and I love this saying so much, a habit is only a habit until you know it's a habit, and then it's a choice. So once you know, there's no more cognitive dissonance, right? Like, how many people are out there drinking alcohol every single day and not feeling like they have a problem with it, right? I think down deep, they probably have a problem with it. I don't think that we need to ingest a substance every day to make our life work properly, especially one that they have promoted as, toxic. And maybe a glass of wine. My grandpa used to drink a glass of wine all the time with dinner, and that was like his, his red wine was his heart healthy. And he did live till he was like 100, but he did not have a problem with alcohol. That one glass of wine was it. I never saw him drink more than one glass of wine. So if you can do that, more power to you. But we have propensities to be addicted to certain things. And if you can't do that, then I would really look at your relationship to alcohol. And if you ever need help, jump into my Golden Circle community. I can support you in the sobriety journey. I have definitely severed my relationship with alcohol right now, and it feels really good. I don't know if that's forever, and I don't really care. I don't even have to think about it anymore, which is really empowering and freeing. And it took me a long time to get here, but it's, I feel very clear-minded. I have actually changed the way that I think about it. So my husband and I went out with friends the other night to a new restaurant, which is actually a speakeasy. So, alcohol is their thing. And he ordered water and I ordered a tonic, and our friends actually only had one drink each. And it was empowering. It was really empowering to have a good time and to have good conversation and to not feel this pull of, okay, I need a glass of wine and then I want another one and then I'm going to have another one and then I'm not going to feel good the next day. It felt really, really good. So if there's anything that you are feeling an addiction to, I would seriously look at your relationship to that and what the story is. Because my story around that relationship with alcohol is that it just doesn't make me feel good. Like, I know that if I drink a glass of wine, I'm going to be up half the night. My sleep is way too important right now. My husband and I are like, yeah, sleep is like number one, because we know that our bodies are healing. We know that we need to wake up the next day and do a lot of things. So we need to be on point. And being on point means that we keep our energy clear. We keep our brains, really, really clean, and keep our energy clean. And without alcohol, we feel like we do that better. If you are fine with that, then you don't need to heed my advice or my messages about that. But I would definitely look at it if you feel like you're not. And that's to go with anything, drugs or any substance that you feel like you can't control. Sugar is a big one. Sugar is a challenging one for me. And I went away from it for a long time and just kind of had a revisit with it. And now I'm looking at that relationship as well, as far as like how it serves me, how it doesn't serve me, and how when I stay away from it, I can get super bingy. So I'm like really aware of that and aware of having a balance of that in my life. Sometimes with these things, balance is key. It just depends on what it is, right? Okay, so aligning to your optimal future. The best thing you can do is work on that frequency. Work on dialing up your frequency every day by the things that I have suggested. Meditation is like a no-brainer, and it's non-negotiable. Like, if you really want to be in a higher state of consciousness, creating that space where you're going to have choice over your thoughts and awareness over your thoughts is number one. I have lots of guided meditations on my YouTube channel, and my Golden Circle also has lots of guided, well, not lots. It has one right now, but there's there's going to be lots more because I'm working on them. Affirmations or something to listen to in the morning when you're getting ready, because when you're getting ready, in the shower, making the bed, getting ready for work, getting ready for your day, that's when your monkey brain, your monkey mind starts to go. Same thing before you fall asleep at night. We've been doing guided meditations before we go to sleep at night, because you have that 7 or 8 hours to really formulate the desire and the vision of your future. It is super powerful. Neville Goddard talks about it. I believe Napoleon Hill talks about it. It's that point before sleeping, right? Where it's that alpha state. It's that zero state of awareness creation. And then anytime during the day that you need to, when you're not feeling good, to kind of stop and take some deep breaths or go back into a meditation. I did a meditation this afternoon because I was just feeling kind of off, and came out of my meditation and felt like, okay, I'm ready to do a podcast episode, because I filled up my cup. And that's a lot of what meditation does, is it refills you, it refuels you, and it resets you. Naps definitely can have the same ability to do that, but I would keep those super short, like 20 minutes if your physical body is tired. And I would always do a guided meditation with that because it's kind of time to formulate something new. If you just lay down and pass out for 2 hours, you're probably not going to feel good. We all know that, like super way too deep of a nap during the day. And then for me, now it affects my sleep at night. So we try not to do that. Dialing up the frequency of what you're looking to create is about clarity, right? We need, in order for us to set our GPS to where we're going, we need to know where we are. So a lot of that is dialing in and getting super honest. When you get really honest about where you are on subjects and where you want to go, you will see the shift that you need to make in your frequency. Because if you are sitting here and you're wishing and hoping and praying to win the lottery, but you're not buying a lottery ticket, you can see the misalignment, right? If you are wanting a new and beautiful, physically fit body, but you're sitting on the couch eating potato chips and you're not moving your body, you can see the misalignment, right? If there's more business that you want, but you're sitting in your office worried that you're not going to be able to pay your bills because you don't have enough business, you can see the misalignment. You've got to get out. You got to network. You got to connect with people. You have to be in a higher vibrational state. When you're in that isolation and that worry, you're not connecting with that. If it's a friendship tribe that you want to connect with, look around you. Maybe you've already created it, right? Right? Sitting in your house being lonely and sad is not going to connect you with other people. Maybe you need to join a class. Maybe you need to join a meetup group. There's lots of those right now. Maybe you need to connect. Maybe you need to come to my Golden Circle in Dana Point next week and connect with a community that supports you and loves you. So look at where you are and where you want to go and ask yourself, am I aligned with where I'm going? Have I written clearly my intentions for where I'm going? Have I decided that this is where I'm going? Have I made a decision to meditate every day because I know it's going to make me the best person possible? Have I decided to start eating healthy and not binging on potato chips and sugar and things that are not going to make me feel good? This is the work. This is the way to dial into the frequency of what you're looking to create. It's absolutely magic. And again, if you need help, I am here for you. This Golden Circle is so massive to me. It's like a thing that I've been wanting to do for a really long time, to be able to offer something that allows my creativity to be expressed and shared in a way that will influence people on the daily, right? Because if we're just in default mode, if we're in victimhood, we can't actually connect with this powerful creator that we are. So allowing yourself to be reminded and remember this every single day allows you to step out of the illusion and step into your power. Because the illusion is that we're powerless, right? The illusion is that we are not able to choose. That's the illusion. I'm going to share something really quick. I had a post today and I really just felt so connected to this post, and it really got a lot of attention, because I think in this world that we live in, this is an important message to hear. Stop focusing on what is bringing you down. Do you ever notice that your mind likes to ruminate on problems? Every day you have the opportunity to pay attention to many things. As you tune in and allow your mind to dwell on certain things, you activate the frequency of how they make you feel. Those feelings become your state and engage you with emotions that set the energy in motion. So what you focus on expands. When you pay attention to things that bring you down, your vibration drops and you are no longer available for joy, presence, love, and lightheartedness, which are your natural states of being. So why do you spend time and energy on information that doesn't make you feel good? Maybe you feel an obligation to make the world better by being informed. Or maybe you think hyperfixating on a problem will fix it. Or maybe you don't realize you have a choice about what you think and perceive. Either way, you are not improving your world by focusing on the problems, because the problem and the solutions are on different frequencies. And choosing what you focus on is the ultimate in exercising your power. Once you begin looking for what's good and perceptions that uplift you, like gratitude, you will very quickly see how much better life can feel. And the better it feels, the better it gets. You are a trailblazer, blazing the trail for the next good thing that requires your faith and focus on the rightness of life that supports your well-being. Will you take your power back? There is so much more goodness for you to experience here. So what we focus on expands. What are we focused on? Are we focused on what we want to create? Or are we focused on the lack of it? Because once you start to focus on what you want to create, that's when it shifts. That's when you start to see that it's right here in front of you, that it's not hard, that it's not challenging, that it's not a journey of forever, right? Like we put those manifestations or those dreams way off out into the future. It took me 4 years to move to California because I was doing that. 4 years. 4 years sooner I could have been here, right? But it was timing. It was alignment. It was frequency. It was about dialing up my frequency. And it wasn't until I came here and visited and felt the vibration here. So if you're looking to move somewhere and you've never been there before, I know, crazy. I don't know why we have dreams of things that we've never even been a part of, because our soul already knows, right? Our soul already knows where we're going to be happy. Visit that place, feel the frequency. When I got back from the trip to California that really solidified this for me, I got really happy. I didn't get miserable. I got super happy. I got super appreciative. I got super in tuned with the vibration of living in California. How would I feel? I would feel relieved. I would feel happy. I would feel ecstatic every single day. I would be surrounded by beauty. You know, I drive down the PCH as much as I possibly can. And that's exactly what I intended. So I listen to the ocean waves. I used to listen to Bob Proctor's abundance meditation every single day. And I would imagine myself standing in front of my home. So all of those things aligned me. So it was no longer a misalignment because I was no longer in the lack. I was no longer in the wishing and hoping. And once I did that, it was from September until we made that decision in February. So it was a short time. And between February and we landed on June 30th, it came to fruition, moving our entire lives across the country with no house, no job, 2 kids, 2 cats. So it's totally possible for you to do that. It is absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, anything that you have your vision on, anything that you have your eyes on, anything that your heart is calling you to is already a done deal. We just have to align with it. We have to get clear about it, write it down. I have journals about living in California as if I was already here. I was writing stories and I was being grateful already that have completely come true. My beautiful house, my kids are adjusted, I'm going to the beach, like all the things. I'm doing all the things that I had only once dreamed about, but I brought those dreams into a reality. I made them real by deciding. Decision was a big thing. That leap of faith was a big thing. Setting really strong intentions. We set strong intentions to have $30,000 saved up, which we had never been able to save money before. So that was super interesting. And the flow of money was really intense at that time. It was just flowing towards us. And because we were so focused on it, we were not spending it because we had a goal. So think about that too. Like if you have a goal and there's something that you want to do, we actually just sat our youngest down because we are almost empty nesters. She just moved out and I wanted to have a real conversation with her about her rent because I said, if you're loosey-goosey about this, you're not going to be able to pay your rent. You know, you've got to sit down and look at your finances and decide how much you need to save every week and how you're going to do this and what kind of other job you need to get to support this. And we're going to do this with our third child as well, to give her a plan to be able to move out. Because if we don't have a plan, it's just wishful thinking. And I remember that when we lived in Connecticut, I remember talking to somebody and them telling me that if you don't have a plan, it's just wishful thinking. So you got to get real about where you are, and you got to get real about what needs to happen in order for you to move forward. Where's the gap, right? What do I need to do to become the identity of the person who lives there, who moves there, who creates a life there, right? So we can connect those things. But if we don't get real first, we have no idea how to set the GPS up, and we have no tangible evidence of our change and of our ability to create that change within our awareness, within the life that we are living. So that is how we align our energies to what we're looking to create. And anything else is a misalignment. So ask yourself, if you don't know, just ask, right? Just ask those questions. Where am I misaligned? What do I need to do to align with the energy of what I'm looking to create? And then pay attention, right? You'll either bump into somebody who's doing what you want to do. You'll hear a message. Someone will come into your life that makes a difference or is what you want to do. Funny enough, I was talking to my daughter recently today, and what happened, my website, my domain actually expired, and I have not been good about checking email, and I missed the email on it. So my website was down, and I was trying to connect my Stripe to my Circle community so that when you pay the $39, it automatically sends you an email, and you can't do that without a website. So I hit the guy up who runs my website. He lives in Lithuania, and he wasn't able to connect it. So then I started to look at other options. So I was going to build a website on my own through the Circle community, and I started building the page, and it was daunting. It was like sucking the life out of me, right? Just like, it's drop and drag and it's easy, but it's so time consuming, and it's just not what I want to be doing with my life, right? It was just taking me so long, and to get it all figured out and connected was just daunting. So I was talking to my daughter about it, and we were talking about, wouldn't it be great if I hired somebody to do these things so that I'm not getting bogged down and I'm not getting slowed down. And so she had an idea for a friend. And then I got an email from a different person who actually bought the website company from this other guy, who told me that they would give me 2 free months and rebuild the website exactly the way I want it. So we're going to do that then. And that just took that right off my plate. So having the conversation with my daughter and thinking in solution mode instead of being frustrated and trying to figure this all out on my own actually provided the connection and the alignment to something new. So that is how it works in real time, in real life. All right, guys, that is all for my show. Peace out. Let me know if you have questions. I am here for you.